Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bah Hashem Rakaha Chadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh to the best of their ability. Jachanan Nawah is coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And, it's just been brewing on me since the other day, for like the past 2 days or 3 days or so, with, brothers knowing they're Hebrew Israelites and they're not doing no work. Matter of fact, they're actually pushing against the work that's actually being done. So I pulled up this AWOL, and I pulled up the definition for the word AWOL, right? As you can see, it says loss of pay, court-martial, scar against record for life, dishonorable discharge, confinement and hard labor, family disgrace. And that's pretty much about what's going to happen, man, to you brothers that's coming to this truth. You know that you're Hebrew Israelites. You're running around out here with fringes on. You know what I'm saying? And you're not doing no work. Now, we know that everybody is not a prophet. We know that everybody is not a teacher. We know that everybody is not. But you come into this truth, you are a part of this body, and you're definitely a part. The Lord didn't just bring you into this body, and you're not going to be a part of anything. I mean, because it goes down to even helps. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Salakia, let me see if I can find this. Because when I thought about that, I'm like, I know some brothers. I know, well, what the fuck are you doing, man? We in the last days. We're in the thick of this shit. It's like being out with somebody. I remember one time I was out with some boys of mine, or who I consider to be boys. Like 5 or 6 of us out at the club. And I ended up getting into a scuffle with some other guys in a bar. And, the brothers that I came with, none of them helped me. It's just like I'm fighting against 5, 6, 7 niggas by myself. And that kind of taught me something. But, at the same time, too, I did when it all dawned on me, it did dawn on me like, well, those are not really fighters. Though they were bigger than me, these, as a matter of fact, they was bigger than the other guys that was with, that I was fighting against. These are the biggest niggas in the damn bar. But they wasn't fit mindset to fight, man. So we had to really watch ourselves around certain men, man, too. And really just be in tune in the spirit, praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh about certain brothers that's coming around, and just whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really upsetting that you could be in a fight. Your man's your boys is there, your ace boom coon, so to speak, is there, and they not throwing no punches. They just sitting there watching you get jumped, man. And that's what I'm thinking about when it comes to this truth, man. This Hebrew Israelite truth, man. Let me see here. Because like I said, everybody doesn't have the same lot when it comes to this truth, but we do all have work to do. The Lord is not just going to let you come in this thing and you just chilling. You know what I'm saying? You may not, like I said, you may not be a good teacher. You may not be a good orator. You might not be a good, you may not be a prophet. You may not be, but I'm willing to bet you that if he pulled you into this truth and he let you know and woke you up that you were a Hebrew Israelite, that you have a gift, man. So if you're not using it, let's get this real quick. 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. And Yahweh has set some in the church, first apostles. Everybody is not an apostle. Secondarily, prophets. Thirdly, teachers. After that, miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. Or are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gift of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way. Well, the thing of it is these gifts are there. And we're a body. You know what I'm saying? When Yahweh Shai is our head. Somebody is the neck. Somebody is the shoulder, the blades. Somebody is the skeletal, the arteries, the stomach, the heart. How many parts of the body it is, man? Each part working and doing its part so everything can move properly. If you didn't have the legs, come on, man. Can you imagine not having legs? Now, you can get around probably, there's people out here in wheelchairs and shit. There's people with prosthetics, stuff like that. But I'm speaking from a standpoint, Can you imagine not having hands where you can't grasp a cup or grasp a spoon and be able to feed yourself? I mean, like I said, they got all kinds of robotic shit and a lot of stuff, but I'm talking about from an aspect of, can you imagine not having your ears? Your sight is gone. We're a body, man. So it's like the brothers that's getting up and out here and doing the work, they getting up and one arm and one leg want to stay at home. You just out here hopping. You trying to flip through the scriptures with the other hand, with the other arm, man. You see what I'm saying? But let me get this other scripture. Because I done came across brothers this week where it's just like, how? 4 years, 5 years, 6 years going into this truth. Niggas is out here still smoking weed, still smoking Newports, still just doing niggerly shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, damn, bro, like, we're in the thick of this thing. We in the end of this thing. Like, what the fuck is going on? What are you doing? And that was the first time I had run across, the person in a while. It's been some years because I kind of I slid back when I seen, like, all right, I was kind of, you're not there, man. I'm asking questions, and I'm steadily seeing, like, oh, man, you just want to just be, you don't want to, you're not reborn again. I'll put it that way. You're not changed. You haven't changed at all. You just a nigga with some fringes on, man. And the Lord gonna get at a lot of you niggas, man. Well, let's get what was that? Proverbs 24. It's another scripture I cannot think of. It's a scripture that I wanted to get where it talks about putting in one of you brothers. I've been looking for it too. I cannot find it, but roughly paraphrasing it, it's basically, you holding back your sword. You in the war and you just standing there. And you think about a movie, like Lord of the Rings, or I think about ancient stuff, swords, shields, bow and arrows, things of that nature. You hearing the clinging, the pangs against the shield, and motherfuckers is just screaming. You hearing the horses, is cannon fire going off, and a nigga just standing there. He ain't doing nothing. Matter of fact, he ain't even in the midst of it. He's standing back looking at it. But he's not coming out to pull his sword, and he's watching his brother and his family get ravished and slain, man. I mean, goddamn. I mean, shit. What? I mean, come on, man. But hey, the Lord gonna deal with you brothers, man, that don't want to get down, man. Proverbs 24:12. If thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, do it not. Let me see. Let me go up one. Verse 11. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doeth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doeth not he know it? And shall not the render to every man according to, and shall not he render to every man according to his works? So you don't think the Lord is seeing you? You don't think the Lord is watching you? You don't think that the Lord is, you know what I'm saying, looking at you, you just kick back, you ain't doing shit. You're not doing nothing. The wars is in play. That's why I wanted to pull up that, that AWOL hookup. You know what I'm saying? Basically, motherfuckers just on leave without permission. Just somewhere hiding out, man. But did, because even with the American army, with the so-called white man, hey, if that so-called white man, you get enlisted, you go in and listen to that army. Because when you first come into this truth, what's happening is you're being enlisted into a war. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's exactly what's happening. Spiritually, you're enlisting into a war. And you belong to, who you signed up for. You say, hey, yeah, I believe on that. I believe the Lord. I believe this. I believe the Hebrew Israelites. I believe in the name Yahweh. I believe in the name Yahweh Shai, so on and so forth. You are enlisted now. You're in this war. You see what I'm saying? You're enlisted into this war. And now, so even with the so-called white man, if you go to the military in the so-called white man's nation, let's just use America as an example. He called you in. He's got your fingerprints. He's got your, he's giving you some shots. You done took your immunity. You know what I'm saying? Shots to go and travel to all these different places. He done giving you your uniform. He's giving you your bunk. Matter of fact, he done put you through boot camp. He done put a lot of money into you. See, the so-called white man, they look at a military man, they feel like the work that they put into you to turn you into a soldier, they've spent like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, possibly. You know, they give you your gun, you know, your night goggles, they give you your helmet, they give you, you know, all these things, they giving you this training, they giving you all this stuff, and then you just, you know, that you get sent to Paris, you know, and get stationed there and go out for a leave on the weekend and end up with some bitch and don't want to come back. They're going to be looking for you. They're going to send the military police after you. So what do you think when it comes to the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? What do you think is going to happen when because he's going to be, you know, what he put in, he wants what he put in. That's the reason why the Lord, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that real quick. Telling you, man, this thing is serious. That's where it goes up to the Yahweh Shai being an austere man. It says, you know, Yahweh Shai is an austere man. Right here, Luke. I'm not gonna keep this long. I just thought about that, and it's been on my spirit, you know, for the past couple of days. So now when you go off into this, is let me just start at verse 12. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Then came the first saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And you know, that's kind of like from a military standpoint, you know, when your generals, you know, or whatever, they see you, they like, man, hey, yeah, you know, that's where you get medals from. You get medals of, you know, the Purple Heart and all this different stuff. They know what you've done because, you know, your men, your comrades, they've said, hey, man, if it weren't for him, they know you know, Forrest Gump. You know, you seen the movie Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump just running out of the woods with niggas on his shoulders and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get shot in the ass cheek. He running out of the woods. He done ran out of the woods with Bubba Gump and everybody else in his you know, command or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He gets the Medal of Honor. So it says, verse 19, and he said likewise to him, be thou, no, let me see, Salakia. Verse 18, and the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Now, this is the point that I'm trying to make right here. Here you go. You ain't got no interest. You ain't even trying to put the money to work. You know, you could have, you know, let's say, for instance, it's a lawn care service. You could have said, hey, well, you know what, man, even if you blew the money, even if you blew it, but at least you tried. But, you know, you're saying, all right, I'm a lawn care service, you know, whatever your expertise may be, right? You may say, you know, I'm going to go and get a lawnmower. I'm going to get a couple of rakes. You know, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get some hedgers. I'm going to get this. And I'm going to go door to door. And I'm going to knock. And I'm going to say, hey, this is what I do. I said, I noticed that you got bushes around your house. I noticed that, you know, your grass is kind of high. This is my price. This is what I do. You know, I can set something up. You know, here's my card, you know, my phone number. Call me. I can come through and I can handle that business. And you just go on and you're accumulating business. So by the time you hit 200, 300 houses, you may get 20, 30 business calls. You're not going to get, everybody is not going to call, you know, but that's just like even with fishing, you know, as far as like this true. We're fishing for the elect, you know, we throwing the net out and dragging it in. Everybody is not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? But still, we have to go out here and do the work, you know? Okay, so it says, and another came saying, Lord, behold, here's thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And a lot of our brothers, man, I can't even call them brothers, man. You're not going to go out here and work. Because the Lord said, who is my brother, my mother, my you know, those that, you know, do the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, those that are about this work, man, about the will of the Lord. You know you an Israelite, but you just being a, just yeah, all right, y'all niggas, yeah, y'all go work. I'm a chill back here, and I'm just gonna, you become a bill, man. You just a bill. Here you go, you in the household with something, you got a grown ass man in the household, and y'all all sharing an apartment or something like that, or sharing a house, and 3 people in the household are going to work, and you just at the house all day. And then not only are you at the house all day, you got your hands out trying to get up on money from the other 3 people that's actually going to work to get beer and cigarettes and shit like that. For example, you're a bill. Because you're in the house, you're flushing the toilet all goddamn day. You're running water. You're jumping into the shower. You're clicking on the gas. You're cooking the food. You're doing, and you're not adding anything to the. You become a bill. You're just a bill. So, and that's why when the scriptures talks about the fig tree, when Yahweh cursed that tree, that fig tree, like, man, hey, look. You got the one parable where the gardener was basically roughly paraphrasing, like, hey, well, let me, dung it. Let me fertilize it. Let's give it another year. But, hey, if you a tree that's out here bearing no fruit, what you think the Lord is going to do? If you a limb on a tree, you just rotten as hell, you drawing energy from the rest of the tree, what you think a real gardener going to do? They're going to prune your ass. They're going to cut you off. You're going to get thrown to the side, and you're going to wither and be turned into stubble, man, for some damn fire, man. Anyway, let's get verse 21. Again, for I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee. See, the Lord gonna judge all out of your own actions, your own mouth, man. Thou wicked servant. And you a wicked ass fucking servant, man, if you're not doing the work, man. You're not trying to do the work, man. I mean, matter of fact, where I'm at right now, I think the Passover just ended. I'm pretty much at the sundown right now, give or take a few minutes maybe. I think it may be right about now. But we've had a long week of the Passover just seeing stuff. A lot of things happen, man. Whether you kind of, seen it or not. But if you've been paying attention to the news, our prayers have been going forth, man. And the destruction of this place, Babylon the Great, man, it's happening. Banks are falling. Motherfuckers out here looking, it's all kinds of uproars of the people going on. The prophecies are coming through as far as what Yahweh said will be happening in the last days. A lot of stuff probably got weeded up out of your life. You probably lost somebody that you probably sad about right now, that the Lord, you needed to lose that nigga. They needed to be removed from you, because that's a pruning, man. You have to realize that the Lord, man, he'll cut your ass off like you are. A limb, man, that's not producing. If you're not producing, then what? Who is gonna keep who is basically gonna keep a car that don't start? You're gonna scrap that shit or something. You're gonna be like, man, I'm getting rid of this shit, man. Somebody throw me a couple of dollars for this shit, man. You could take it for a little. Matter of fact, just come get it. It's an eyesore to me. I don't even need nothing for it. Just come get it. Straight up, man. It says, and he said unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid down, taking up that I laid not down, Salakia, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury. You see, that's like you just got the money at the house, but if you put it into the bank, you can put it into a savings. Savings accumulate money. You get interest off savings. Depends on CDs, whatever they call them, whatever you want to do. As far as like an investment, I'm going to invest it into shit. Matter of fact, I'm a mechanic. I'll invest it into a car. I'll go and get the parts, and I'll fix that car, and I'll get it back. I'll get it running together, and I'll tack on a couple of $100s to it. Then do it all, flip the car, do it all over again, flip it. I mean, even damn dope dealers they want their money. These wicked ass, sorcery ass dope dealers out here want their bread. Here you go, Jake sitting around, man, not doing shit, man. For real. And we ain't feeling sorry for you, man, when it all goes down. See, here you go right there. That's the news bank right there. They've been talking about this Silicon Valley Bank all damn day long, ever since yesterday. You wait till the so-called white man start ripping y'all goddamn money out of these banks, man. And then you really have to fall back on Yahweh H.I.M, man. But anyway, what else we got on here? Anyway, that's pretty much the point. The point done been made. Because like I said again, when you come into this truth, here you go. You got everything that you need. The Lord done gave you everything that you need. You got the scriptures. You got the prophets. You got the apostles. They're breaking down the scriptures to you. You get into the scriptures, you learn them. You learn the precepts. You learn the breakdown, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And then you, man, hey, man, you get the basics, because the basics is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans or Israelites. You can't go out and tell people that. You can't tell people the true name of the Father, Yahweh, which is, that's the true name of the Father, which means that he exists or he is to be. You can't say that to people. The true name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, Well, I mean, come on, man. I mean, damn. Damn, you can't even give a brother a ride to camp. A help. It's because, like I said, it's a number of things. Everybody is not going to play the same part. But if you just not doing nothing at all, man, Lord gonna knock your ass off, man. And good riddance, man. You just, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, golly, man. We too close to the end for because when you look at Romans 13 and 11, let's get that real quick. This is in full action right here. Now, this was written 2,000 or so years ago. You have to realize we down to the very milliseconds of this thing right now, man. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Here you go, got Jake been in the truth 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, ain't doing shit. Won't do a lesson. And I'm talking about literally out here doing shit that niggas do. Just nigga stuff. Like, man, you still riding around with niggas smoking? You still hanging back? You wanna go on tour? Come on, bro. Verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. This is what you're supposed to be doing when you come into this truth. How you in this truth 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, bro, and you ain't even handled this part? So that just lets you know, man, you're not serious. You're not serious. And the Lord knows the heart of man. He knows your mindset. Here you go. You got your brothers out here on the battlefield fighting their asses off, and you standing back looking. You hiding, man. Come on, man. Anyway, with that, hey, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.